All right, all right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Everybody that done subscribe to the channel. It's been a long time since we've been live right here on Local Black Biz, but today it had to happen. It's the big game today, and I got two great individuals who's gonna come in and give us their pregame predictions, talk about what's gonna happen today on this big game Sunday. So, without further ado, we've got a legendary debate as we break down the biggest game of the year with none other than comedian Marvin Dixon and football insider Michael Daniels. And the big question is, can the Kansas City Chiefs make history with the first ever three-peat? Will Jalen Hurts silence the doubters and take the Eagles to the top? Who really deserves the MVP award today? And is Patrick Mahomes already the next GOAT? So, from pre-game predictions to post-game breakdowns, from football's biggest dynasties to the most viral debates, we've got it all. So, as you know, Marvin Dixon is about to bring the heat with some hilarious takes and some personal stories from the world of football, and Mike D is going to keep the party riled up. So, grab your drinks, get your snacks, and let's make history tonight. Drop your predictions in the chat and debate with us live, and let's talk football like never before. So, without further ado, Michael Daniels and Marvin Dixon. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm
Good,
great,
good.
great. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
Definitely. Most definitely. All right, guys. So you got to bring that heat. We've been talking about this all week. Will this be the game of the year? Will Kansas City Chiefs make history with the first ever three-peat? Mike, what's your thoughts?
I'm going to say, hell no. The Philadelphia Eagles have the #1 defense in the entire NFL. They have basically they got Georgia North on their defense. Damn near the whole defensive front for the Georgia Bulldogs are playing for the Philadelphia Eagles. Those guys were on multiple national championship teams in college football. The Eagles drafted them just for this particular game. They've retooled the last few years to stop Patrick Mahomes. So my answer is hell no. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles in one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history.
All right, Marvin, what you got to say about that?
Kansas City gonna win. Do not go against that beige boy. You cannot go against Patrick Mahomes. #1. And Mike talking about college. They from Georgia. They won national championships. When you leave one level and go to the next, don't even talk about the last level. It don't count anymore. Patrick Mahomes ain't win nothing in college. But how many Super Bowl championships he got? 4. Count that 4.
No. He got 3.
Count today 4.
3. Stop.
I'm talking in advance. 4. I'm putting it in atmosphere. 4.
This dude here crazy, man. Come on, Marv, man. Cut it out.
The man never won. He never won no championships until he got in the NFL, and he running them like he going out of style.
Yeah. So who do you think is more under pressure? Is it Mahomes or Hurts?
Hurts.
I agree. Jalen Hurts. I agree with that. For the simple fact is, Mahomes already beat him. So he got to prove that he can beat Mahomes now. In that last Super Bowl, the Philadelphia Eagles had all the momentum, and Jalen Hurts fumbled the damn ball. Kansas City took it to the house, and they never recovered from that. So the pressure's on Jalen Hurts to be perfect. Now, the thing is, he don't need to be so perfect where he playing tense. He need to make sure that on this right here particular game, he take his time and he make all the right reads. Hand the ball off to Saquon and make sure that he don't make any mistakes. So I agree with him on that. We don't have a disagreement on that. It's definitely Hurts for sure. Mahomes done been here before.
I don't think Hurts is going to. If I was Kansas City, my main focus would be stopping Saquon. I will make Hurts beat us. Because if you make Hurts, pressure bust a pipe. You put all that pressure on Hurts, you gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
Pressure will bust a pipe.
Well, okay, Marv, help me out with this right here now. We've been a part of dynasties. I've been a part of the Patriot dynasty. You was a part of the Cowgirl dynasty. Now, with that being said, at some point, this has to come to an end. It has to come to an end. At some point, it has to come to an end. And today has to be that day where it comes to an end, where the Philadelphia Eagles turn the Kansas City Chiefs and they're looking old overnight. Now, I would give Patrick Mahomes is all world. He's in my GOAT category. I got 4 players in my GOAT category, all-time Super Bowl performances, and Patrick Mahomes, I have him number 3. So I'm not discounting him at all. But eventually, the dynasty has to come to an end, just like that Cowgirl dynasty came to an end.
And you had like the Patriots didn't come to an end too.
Yeah, we had 2 in the same run, but that's another story. Don't worry about it.
But I'm gonna tell you, everything does come to an end. But usually when the players get older, Patrick Mahomes, what, 28?
Yeah, 28.
He's 27, 28?
Yeah.
Man, anybody else, when Aikman, Brady, they was in their 30s or something when it came to an end. That man's still young. Mm-hmm. And he done had, I don't care what you put on his side of the ball. I don't care what you put on that side of the ball. He can relate to it and go. He don't care what, you can move running backs, receivers, whoever. He can play with it. He don't care. He don't panic. We thought Tyreek was one of the best in the league. Tyreek left. First thing they say, yeah, they're not going to be as good without Tyreek. They won as soon as Tyreek left. Tyreek want to come back.
Yeah, they won 2 since he's been gone. Yeah,
he want to come back.
Yeah.
What has Tyreek won since he got on the Dolphins? What has he received? Number kids.
Yeah, now we're in agreement on that. But here's the thing. I'll say this right here. Jalen Hurts, he has everything that he needs right now. He has an all-world running back, 2 all-world receivers. He has an all-world defense. There's no excuses for him. So if the question is for Jalen Hurts, it's either now or never, because there's no guarantee you're going to get back to this moment in time again. So this is why I say, and I agree with you, that all the pressure is on Jalen Hurts. He has to elevate his game, and really they should come out throwing the ball, at least in the first quarter, come out throwing the ball to loosen up the Kansas City defense so they're not all about stopping Saquon. So I would flip the script and come out throwing the ball versus coming out running the ball and loosen that particular defense up, because Chris Jones and that crew, and with Steve Spagnuolo as the defensive coordinator, they're going to try to stack that line up to force them to throw the ball. So now you're not going to force us to throw the ball. We're going to do it from the very beginning and give you a chance to counteract that.
Kansas City linebackers, to me, got the hardest job today. Mm-hmm. They linebackers. Because you got to watch all that. You got to watch everything beyond that first level of defense. Because Saquon, the only thing I say scary. He can catch, he can run. Now, I think Mike, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going for Kansas City. I believe the only chance that Philly have to win if they tight end shine. Because he the person you don't hear nothing about.
Is it Goddard?
Philadelphia tight end. No, Philadelphia tight end.
Goddard, that's his name, is it?
I can't remember his name. His first level.
I believe it's Goddard. Yeah.
He got to shine.
Yeah.
He the one got to shine. Because the pressure going to be on Hurts and Saquon. And you got
play that Travis Kelce role for
yes.
He got to play the Travis Kelce role for Jalen Hurts. He got to do what Kelce does for Mahomes. He has to do that for Jalen Hurts. I agree with that. Now, 100%. Agree.
He need a 100-yard day.
Yeah, and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah. Speaking of Saquon, he got the Offensive Player of the Year.
Right.
You know, he would have won MVP if he'd have broke the record.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think that Saquon can carry the Eagles to the Super Bowl win?
Yes, he can. I mean, here's the thing now, Marv. I don't know if you know this right here stat yet. Well, I'm quite sure you do. You a damn encyclopedia. Saquon has rushed for the most yards in a season, even though he didn't do the single season. But when you include the playoffs, he's rushed for more yards than anybody else has ever done. So, yes, he can carry the load. He can take it to the house from 30 to 70 yards at the drop of a dime, just like that. If he get past what Marvin is talking about is the Kansas City linebackers have to contain him, not let him get to that third level. If he gets to the third level, he's going to take it to the house every time. So they got to. It's all about containment for the Kansas City defense. So they have to be perfect too. Just like Jalen Hurts has to be perfect, so does Saquon Barkley. I mean, so does the Kansas City linebackers. They have to be perfect in containment. So to answer your question, yes, Saquon Barkley can carry it all the way because he's done it all season. And this time, the conditions are not going to be a factor. They're playing indoors. So he should have, so he doesn't have to worry about the elements right now.
Both of them been playing in elements through the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now they indoors. Ain't no excuses.
Ain't no excuses. Yeah.
So what are the challenges when you're playing inside versus outside? What makes the game different?
Marv,
the weather can alter a game. Easy. Wind, rain. We know it was a bad snowy season. And like in some of the playoffs games, who that might they said would was it the Ravens game when they said that they think the Ravens might have lost if the conditions were straight?
Yeah. Ravens in Buffalo.
Yeah. The Ravens would if the conditions were good. When you go in that snow, you can't run the same, you can't cut the same. You got that ball is hard to catch and hold. Catching a cold football it hurt if they throw it. Yeah, kicking. So the weather is when the weather is perfect, no excuses then. Barring injury.
Yeah, I agree with that 1,000%. I concur with that. I mean, let's take a couple of weeks ago they playing in Kansas City, or excuse me, what were they playing? They were playing in Kansas City, and it's rainy, it's snowy, it's windy, and the kicker's gonna play a big factor in that too. So if you got a kicker who's suspect, when you start getting past 50 yards kicking the ball, anything can happen going toward that goalpost. The wind can catch it in a swirl and take it away. Yeah, those factors make a huge difference. Basically, they playing inside a damn living room and playing in a dome. So if you're in the dome, you shouldn't have any kind of conditional factors that make a difference in the game at that point.
I always say this, Mike. I think I told you this before. I don't think they should have no Super Bowl in no cold city state. I don't think the Super Bowl should be in no cold city or state. I don't think so. Like 1 year was in Detroit.
But no, that was indoors though.
I still don't think it should be there, period, because remember there's other stuff going on other than the game.
Yeah. It's hard to enjoy yourself.
So much stuff. Yeah. The city can't make money and you can't enjoy yourself in it. I was in Detroit the year the Super Bowl was there. I was there. And man, look at here. You in line trying to get in anywhere, restaurant, nightlife, parties. It is freezing out there.
Yeah.
I don't think it should. I think the Super Bowl every year should be in Miami, New Orleans.
Atlanta.
Only city I'm gonna say that might can be conducive with the weather, Atlanta, because Atlanta don't have too many snow days as the other cities do, and I'm gonna say Arizona, Phoenix.
Don't forget about LA now. LA.
I don't want to go to LA neither.
God damn, Marv. What about your damn favorite city of Dallas, Texas, then? They love having the Super Bowl there.
I like Dallas too, but let's be honest, sometimes they can get snowy too now.
Yeah.
And shut down. They can't get snowy. And I don't want to give Jerry no privilege. Damn it, you want to go to Super Bowl, make us good enough to have some playoff games.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the Super Bowl should be in a neutral city where you don't have those different conditions that's gonna, alternate the game. You know what I mean?
When
you go down there,
in New Orleans, you see in New Orleans right now, people are walking around having a good time without having to worry about all the conditions.
Good time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Mike, I mean, Marvin, I heard you say Miami first. All right, I take it maybe that you have some bias there about Miami because you're a Florida boy.
The country, yeah, go ahead.
Everybody, Mike, you know this. When you ask them players, you ask coaches, the fans, everybody loves Super Bowls in Miami.
That's true.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And Miami,
there's so much to do.
It's a lot to do in Miami.
You don't want to go to a New Orleans beach. Come on, man. Yeah, so come on, man. Stop.
Yeah, you're really limited in New Orleans, though. For real.
You limited.
Like,
man.
Miami is the spot, man.
Yeah, Miami's the spot. Overall, Miami's the spot. You get no debate from me on that.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
So I could tell that this is going to be a really good debate, man, as we get further into this here. But let's get a little backstory. I guess we can start with you, Mike. You know, kind of give us a little bit backstory, man. Where you from? You know, and just kind of give us a brief overview.
Well, you know, I'm from Thomasville, Georgia, Rose City, right there on the Georgia-Florida line. Your hometown too, South Side.
Yep. And one thing about Thomasville has a lot of players that made it to the NFL. You know, like Danny Jones. Used to. We still putting out some good players. We got a few that has made it, you know, into the league.
Recently, you're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah.
We have Charlie Ward. You know, he didn't play football, but he did play basketball. But he was a renowned player. You know what I mean? But you know, when it comes to Thomasville and sports, like, did you know any of these guys that made it to the NFL?
Well, I used to live next door. Well, let me back up. My great-grandmother lived next door to William Andrews' mother when I was a kid in the 80s.
Okay.
And then in the late 80s, early 90s, we lived next door to William Andrews' mother for a couple of years. Yeah, so I did know William. He used to come home in the damn Trans Am, give us all autographs and stuff. So that was always but you didn't understand the magnitude of it at that particular time and place. I wish I would have kept some of them autographs. He used to give us autograph posters and stuff. So yeah, I did know William Andrews growing up as a kid.
Yeah. I got a chance to meet Guy McIntyre.
Oh, I know Guy as well. Yeah, I know Guy as well too. Yeah.
I got a chance to meet him, and then I didn't go to school with Brandon Thompson, but you know, I know him. He's a relative of a friend of mine. But you know, so what do you do though outside of, you know, talking trash with Marvin all day, man? What's your profession? What do you do?
I'm a real estate agent, loan officer, credit repair specialist. So I try to do all things real estate for the most part. So yeah, that's my field of expertise.
Okay. All right. And a lot of people, they already know who you are, but for those who don't know you, Marvin, kind of give us a background about how you got started into comedy.
On a dare, a friend of mine, friend of the family, took me to a comedy show one night and kept insinuating that I do comedy. Then they signed me up in an open mic night and I didn't know. And when I was sitting there, they would let 3 people go up. The 3 people would do 3 minutes each, and then they start the show. So the last of the 3 people, they said, "We're just the last open micer, his first time on stage. Give it up for Marvin Dixon." I looked around and said, "Somebody got the same name as me." And they grabbed me and threw me on stage. And I just went off my head. And my friend said I did that because when we're together, you so funny, quick-witted off the dome. We figured if you sat and wrote jokes, you would have been thinking too hard. And so from then on, I just kept going up every week, getting better. And about within maybe a month, they wanted me to be the host of the club there. But I wouldn't do it. And then later I ended up starting my own night and got it going pretty good. I always tell people my first show, I had 7 people, and I built that up from 7 to averaging 1,500 to 2,000 every Tuesday night.
Yeah, I remember seeing you on Def Comedy Jam, and you was doing your thing back then, man. Still are.
Gotta hustle.
You gotta hustle, right. So being from Miami, I mean, did you ever consider playing football? Because that's a football city there.
I played JV. Okay. I played JV football in 9th grade. I got hit so hard. That was it, baby. Time to resign.
Yeah.
Y'all Miami boys supposed to be tough, man. Cut it out.
I always say this, and it's true. I got hit so hard that when I got up, I went to pat my pocket. I was looking for my keys. No, I wasn't driving in ninth grade, but I'm looking for my keys, like where I parked at. I'll never forget that I got hit so hard. That was it. And that was it. But my school now that I went to, Miami Carol City, man, I'm going to say, we fertilizer for football. Like, we got so many players in the NFL, too many to name, that went to the NFL, that retired or whatever. We had so many. Santana Moss is one. No, he's still, Mike, ain't he still got the Redskins record?
Yeah, believe it or not, I think he might have Art Monk. Yeah, no, Art Monk has the record, but he in the top 3 or 4 though.
I know he got UM record still.
Yeah, he got
for the most job.
That got broke this year by that.
It got broke this year. Okay.
Yeah, it got broke this year. Yeah.
Yeah, with Santana Moss, his brother, Sonoris Moss, Delvin Brown, Kentroy Barber. We got so many players that went there, and not to mention entertainers.
Right.
My favorite one, JT Money.
That's my boy.
JT Money, Poison Clan, Flo Rida, Rick Ross, all them boy Miami Carol City Chiefs.
Right. So you grew up around some of these guys. Do you know any of these guys?
Yeah, we walked to school.
Wow.
So wasn't no bus. We walked to school, meaning we all in the same community. We walked to school. Yeah, I know JT. I was on the Poison Clan's albums doing all the snippets, the jokes between the songs.
Really?
So that's how cool we are.
Yeah, after all these years, Mike, I had no idea that was him on there saying that stuff. And then I asked him who did it one day. He said, motherfucker, that was me.
So you're going to make me go back and listen to the album, man, just to hear what you was talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. So you remember what album that was again?
Oh, man, I don't remember. I've been on that album, Trick Daddies, the Two Live Crews. I don't know the albums per se, the name of the album.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I didn't realize something. I'm eligible to vote for the Grammys. Because if you do so many publications on the album, you can go and reach out to the Grammys and register to be able to vote.
That's what's
up. I didn't know I was on that many publications like that.
Yeah.
Well, and another thing, Mike, let me tell you a funny story. My daughter saw the You Don't Know Nan video, 20-some years later. And at the end of the video, he's in that video. And she was like, that's your friend. That's your friend. I'm like, what? That is that joker. Yeah, he was in the You Don't Know Nan video in the bathroom.
Okay. So how did y'all two end up meeting?
Real estate?
Trulia.
Yep, that was the site, Mike?
Yeah, it was Trulia.
Yeah, real estate?
Okay.
Yeah, that was the site, yeah.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I was looking to move to get a house. And Mike reached out.
He found me on Trulia. Yep.
And we reached out, and then we had a lot of common sports and all that and stuff like that. And being from, Thomasville being right across Florida line down the street, we just formed that bond, man. Been cool ever since.
Yeah, about 13, 14 years now. It's been a minute.
Yeah, been cool ever since.
Yeah. I was doing some back, research on you just a tad bit, just to be a little bit more familiar about what you've been doing lately. And so I see you've been doing radio shows, and you guys residency down in Tally. But I also saw an interview that you did where you was talking about that you fell off a ladder. And
and fractured my femur. I had to learn how to walk again.
Man,
I told him to wait on me. I'll be back. I had to go to my storage unit to get the ladder.
He damn sure did.
It was you that he was talking about in that interview. Well,
what he say?
You're the cause. He didn't say he was talking about you, but you're the reason why he had that ladder.
Yeah, I was the reason. I brought the ladder to him, but I told him I'll be back. I had to go drop some supplies off to a job site.
Yeah.
And I told him I'll be back. Just hold the fuck up. And then probably about 10 or 15, oh man, I done failed. Oh, I'm like, what? Yeah.
Man.
My boy was
I learned how to
yeah. So
I had to learn how to walk again.
Yeah. How long did it take?
To be honest with you, here it is now. That's been a little over 2 years ago.
That's been longer
And
than that.
I said over 2 years, less than 3 though. And the doctors told me it'll be 3.5 to 5 years till I could walk again without assistance. I mean, usually I'm gonna have to still use a walker or a cane. And I was done with that in a few months with no assistance. Hey, because one thing about people ask me, how did you learn how to walk so fast back again? Because it took this person this long, this person. I said, hey man, when you're in the world of entertainment and them promoters that gave you the deposits, you want to fulfill the other half because you got to get them deposits back if you can't perform.
Right.
I had some shows to do. I said I got to tell these jokes to pay these notes.
I understand.
Yeah, because he had like 16-foot ceilings, and it was a damn swing up there. And so I told him, man, I'll be back. Just give me a few minutes. He was at Publix. I remember just like it was yesterday. I dropped it off. I took the big ass ladder too.
Yeah, what happened was I was supposed to came home later anyway, but I got home way earlier. And Sid was there. I said, let me go ahead and knock this out. And I went up there and just bust. I always tell people, I just bust my ass, man, got hurt. I missed the first step and my leg got caught. And it was I have a glass like awning thing in there. If I'd have hit that, I'd been paralyzed or dead. If I'd have hit that. Yeah. So I always take the good with the bad. I say, man, it could have been worse. I could have been in a wheelchair or deceased. But I'm blessed. I'm walking again, doing everything back like I was. Like I could do everything again, run, jog. I'm good.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
His ass gonna wait next time. He can do that shit no more.
No, next time I ain't going up there. I have somebody.
Yeah. Right. So look, let's get back to this dynasty here that Kansas City Chiefs plan on having today. So do you think if they win today that they're gonna surpass the Patriots' 20-year dominance?
No.
That's hard. No, that's hard.
That's hard. No.
Do they have a chance? Do you think that they could?
No. Maybe I'm biased, but the answer is hell no.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think there is. Because Andy Reid ain't gonna last that much longer.
Yeah.
You need a combination of coach, player, everything. See what Brady did and Belichick together. Those two together was the system of the Patriots. Those two together for that length of time. I'm talking about anybody could do whatever a season or two, but I'm talking about that length of time. I don't think Belichick was much younger when Brady came aboard. Yeah, whereas Andy Reid is Andy one of the oldest coaches in the league now?
He probably
Andy got to be in the set.
No, Andy like 67, 68, but he's like right behind Pete Carroll as he's the second oldest coach.
I don't think he's gonna be around. I don't think Reid gonna do 10 more years. He got to be at least 10 more years to be in that category.
Yeah, and
we talking about dynasty. We talking about Super Bowls now, not just Super Bowl. I'm talking about as far as victories throughout the season.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the 90s Cowboys. Okay, you got Aikman, Smith, you got Irvin. All right, we got the Patriots in the 2000s, Brady, Moss, right, and now we got Mahomes and Kelts and what's the other guy name?
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones. All right. Comparing these three dynasties or two dynasties and a possible, what is it that the Chiefs are missing?
They ain't missing nothing. They didn't won.
They didn't won. Yeah, they didn't won already. They're not missing anything.
Remember, every coach got a different system. So those dynasties, Jimmy Johnson, Belichick, and Andy, they all have their own system. So there's three different systems, three different ways that Jimmy Johnson was more run, open up the pass. Whereas with Andy Reid, the pass opens up the run. And with Belichick, he was the defensive guru. He put your offense in so much trouble that Brady gonna score. So everybody, 3 coaches got 3 different ways that they won. Because Belichick was the defensive guru. He would put your offense in trouble, or he'll design the perfect play to stop whatever you think, just to put you in that situation where Brady he gonna murder you. Brady gonna take it down there and rub it down your throat, run it down your throat. If they, whatever your weakness is on defense, Belichick exposed it. He exposed it.
And see, the Cowboy dynasty in the 90s, I will say this right here, from a talent standpoint, it's no comparison. They got more talent. Yeah. They had more talent than we ever had.
Yeah.
So they had a combination of coaching and talent.
Yeah.
We had a combination of coaching and system. Kansas City has a combination of more so a dynamic player who can go off script without necessarily the same discipline those other 2 had. But it's from a talent standpoint, the Cowboys run circles around any one of the teams we ever had. That stretch from like 92 to 97, no team has never had that much talent on offensive line and defensive line the way the Dallas Cowboys did. I'll give that. They controlled the line of scrimmage, and that's where you win games at. So I will say from a talent standpoint, you'll never probably see that again in the age of free agency, what the Dallas Cowboy had in the 90s like that. They had an offensive line, they had a defensive line, and they know how to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they did.
We never had that kind of talent. We never had that kind of talent. So Belichick always had to be creative on stopping your biggest asset on the offensive side of the ball. That was Belichick's main trait. I'm going to stop your best players and neutralize what y'all do best. And Kansas City kind of let Patrick Mahomes go off script. So he's the difference maker more than anything, because you've never seen a player play so undisciplined, but at the same time be so effective. And that wouldn't necessarily work under Belichick or Jimmy Johnson. They probably would have benched him, all bullshit aside. They wouldn't let him be the way he is. No, I just don't see those type of coaches letting somebody be so much off script like Patrick Mahomes does. And it's not a bad thing, but it works under this particular set of circumstances, though.
Some players are so great because of the system they in. That's the perfect system for Mahomes. The perfect system.
Yeah, and the perfect coach.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just do you.
But from a talent standpoint, the Cowboys, that was the best, most talent, and it was drafted. A lot of talent that came out of the draft. It wasn't based on free agency. So at that time, Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, they had a knack for talent. The same thing with Belichick. He could take somebody you've never heard of. Oh, but who is this guy? And turn him into something. And so Belichick had a knack for what he can be as long as he stay under me.
What I like what Belichick would do too, a player you thought was a has-been.
Yeah, somewhere else.
Oh, Belichick throw him in a microwave and heat him back up.
Yeah.
He put him in a microwave and heat him back up, and he unthaw him and heat him back up. And them players ball out.
You go down to the Home Depot and go on aisle 6 and find somebody Belichick will make him a goddamn star.
Yeah. He good.
Yeah. So the 90s Cowboys would dominate today if we could just bring that team till today. There's nobody out there right now that could dominate that team.
No. I mean,
not dominate,
no.
Or compete. No. Is there anybody that could compete
on that team?
No. I mean, I got to give credit where it's due, man. That was the line of scrimmage. And let me say, help me out. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles pretty much is that right now. If you honest about it, the way they control both lines of scrimmage on the offensive, defensive, and the defensive side of the ball, and the way they run the ball right now, that is old Cowboy football right there. We're going to line up and we're going to run this damn ball until you stop us. Until you prove us differently, here we come. And you know it's coming, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do.
So Philadelphia has brought old school football back and say, we can still run the ball and beat a team.
And they do it.
Yeah.
And that's why I say Go ahead.
Of course. No, I'm gonna say, and Saquon Barkley is a much more dynamic running back than Emmitt Smith. He's not better than Emmitt, but he's more dynamic in the open field. He could turn the burners on.
Yeah, he's faster than Emmitt.
Yeah.
He's faster, right?
Yeah. Now Emmitt might got better visual right off that line because Emmitt, he used to squeeze through spots I didn't see was open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
He used to squeeze through, and every year Emmitt played, they would never say he was the best running back, but damn it, he was in the top 3 or 4 in yards every year.
Yeah, yeah, he was
every year,
consistently.
Yeah, consistently, right? Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. I definitely think he was an underrated, running back compared to some of these other guys that they've been giving their flowers to. Emmitt has not received all his flowers, truly. Yeah. So let's see here. I don't know, man. I mean, what do you want? What do you think? As far as with Philadelphia, because I hear a lot of Mahomes talk, but what do you think Philadelphia needs to do
to win?
What got them here?
Yeah. That's what you don't change up. What got you here?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hand it off, Saquon. Let him get the going. But I just got a feeling Andy Reid is a guru. Next to Belichick, he to me the best coach. He's gonna set something up to try to at least contain Saquon. At least contain him. Don't let him go. Because containing Saquon, people say they won't, you be blessed if you get 120 yards. You blessed. Because Saquon will go 250, 260 with no problem. And that's if he want to. Mike, how many times this year he run and just stop?
Yeah. He pissed me off with that. Yeah, mother sucker. Yeah. Stole a touchdown.
Like, how many times he run and stop? He run and stop. He just run out of bounds.
Yeah.
So that's if he go buck wild, man, look here. But they stop him and make Hurts beat him. You got to make Jalen beat him. Oh no, I don't think Jalen can do it, Mike.
Well, here's the thing though. Jalen got to decide quick too. Either I'm gonna throw the ball or I'm gonna run it. So he can't be hesitant about that. If you don't feel like you got somebody open, take off and try to get what you can. Don't just sit back there and let that pressure come on you like that. And that's some of the things he's done this year. He's held onto the ball a little too long. So at this point, all the marbles on the line, the coach can't chastise you in the next practice. So you got to go out and take it. Because Kansas City is not going to give it to you. You got to go out and take it. You don't want to play like Mahomes off script like that. You got to play discipline. And if you don't have it, take off and get the most you can. But don't sit back there and just start taking sacks, though. You put your offense at a disadvantage when you do that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I think the way that Mahomes plays and the reason why he goes off script, it's a special skill set that he has. That's a talent. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't possess that talent because he can see things that others, you just can't train for that type of skill. You know what I'm saying? That's just something that comes natural. And when he goes off script, he steps into a role that's just more natural for him. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for, giving me the play. But ultimately, he got to get out there and do what makes him feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Hey, Mike,
Jimmy Jones go for that? Would Jimmy Jones go for that?
With McHolmes?
Yeah.
You know what? I think Jimmy the only exception that might, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
If you getting them W's, Jimmy don't care what you do. Remember when he was at UM was doing wild stuff. He said, hey, long as we winning, as long as we winning, I'll take the heat.
Right. Yeah,
he the only exception. He might say, hey, man, if let's say assistant coach, you need to talk to him and get him under control. Man, we won 38-10.
Yeah.
Man, you need to talk to him. Man, the man ain't throw no interception. He got 4 touchdowns. But that wasn't the plays I was calling. Man, we won.
It don't matter. He won.
Now
we won, right?
We take it. And Mike, it's so crazy when you say Dallas was so strong on both sides of the ball when Jimmy was there. I remember Super Bowl, and I believe it's when Dallas played Pittsburgh. I believe they played the year they played Pittsburgh.
But
and you remember
Jimmy wasn't there, and that was Barry Switzer.
Okay, I think might have been still then. But you remember the other team. Remember Larry Brown played defensive back for the Cowboys?
Yeah, he caught all them interceptions.
He was the worst DB that they had on that team at the time.
But that's why they was going at him, shit.
And that's why they was going at him, and he was intercepting everything. And remember, he wanted to hold out for all that money and went to the Raiders.
And never came back from that, yeah.
Never came back because now you the main one, and you got exposed. Well, you should have shut your butt up and kept playing for the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I tell people
that the same thing. Remember Alvin Harper jumped ship.
Yep.
Yeah, he jumped ship and decided he didn't want to play with Michael Irvin no more. He went for the money.
Yep.
I think he went to Tampa. He went to Tampa. Yeah, he ain't never recovered from that either.
Always talking about he don't want to be no Robin.
Yeah, well,
he want to be Batman.
he got put in the Bat Cave. Shit, that's what.
He went to Tampa, and his ass was what's the man on Batman that called Batman all the time?
I can't think his name, but I know you talking about.
I can't remember. Yeah. That's who he ended up being, because he went to Tampa to do nothing.
He became the butler.
Sometimes shut the hell up.
Yeah, you got to shut up. You got to play your position, man. You know, and that's sad that he did that. You know, when he could have built a legacy. You know what I'm saying? Being that guy, kind of like, you know, I hate to, call out Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan, but, Pippen had to play his position. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he feel comfortable in that and knowing that, you know what I'm saying, you're building something here. It's not just about you, it's about the team. You know what I mean? And you got to play that role just to ensure that everybody wins and not just yourself.
Yeah.
I always tell people, somebody, I don't want to be a Robin to a Batman. I say, that's why I was Batman and Robin. Everybody knew who Robin was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody knew. Yeah.
Everybody know who Robin was. Mm-hmm. That's like Tito. Everybody know who Tito was with Jackson.
That's right.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Tito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Man, it's gonna be a good game though. I'm looking forward to the game, man. I see a lot of people online. They chit-chatting and talking about the game and who's gonna win and this and that, comparing Mahomes to Joe Montana and is he gonna surpass Tom Brady? It's a lot of debate going on. I mean, do you really feel that Mahomes has the potential to be better than Joe Montana, or has he already surpassed Joe Montana? And could he possibly surpass Tom Brady?
Well, the NFL is designed for this is unconventional. What you've seen New England do, what the Cowboys did, and what Kansas City is doing now, the NFL doesn't want that. They want new teams competing every year for the Super Bowl. So to answer your question, he might, if he won today, he would be tied with Montana with 4 Super Bowls.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So he still ain't necessarily surpassed Montana because Montana was 4-0. He would be 4-1. Brady had been to 10 Super Bowls and he won 7 of them. So that's still a stretch. I mean, so he would have to win more, and I just don't see with the other teams getting better. Eventually, this team is gonna fall off. I'm hoping it's today. I'm gonna say I'm biased. As much as I love Mahomes, I don't want to see him pass Brady. I'd be lying if I said I do. Even though he can make history, I don't want to see him make history. I ain't gonna sit up there and lie. I don't want to see him make history, not at my damn team expense. So no, he's not passing him. They're gonna light his ass up, and they're gonna send him back to Kansas City for a haircut.
That's tough, Mike.
Mike, they're not gonna beat him, man. And the reason I say that is he is doing something that's unconventional, because many of the teams now, the way the collective bargaining is now, the way free agency is, when it comes to money, brothers chasing money and leaving the passion of the game. They run behind the dollar. One thing I like about Mahomes, I don't care what part of his puzzle you take, he played with the pieces he got.
That's true. I don't disagree. Yeah.
All this year, every sports, I'm gonna say majority of sports, not everyone, was saying everyone in the sports analyst, he's not gonna be, Kansas City don't look as good as they looked in the past. Nobody gonna look the same. Hell, your car not gonna run the same as it did from the first year to the 4th year. Nothing looks the same. Hell, you ain't the same no more. I tell people, you wake up, you used to jump out the bed. Now you got to lay and take your time to get out the bed. Ain't nothing the same. But what he's doing is somewhat unheard of when you taking his pieces away. When they took his running backs away, he still balled out. You took the best receiver, Tyreek, he still balled out. What it was last year, they led the league in drop passes. Remember last year?
Yeah, they
led the league in drop passes, and he still won. So the man just, as they say, he is him. That's it. He is him. Long as he don't get hurt, they got a chance. He got a chance to shatter everybody's record as long as he don't get hurt or get injured.
Mm-hmm.
He don't do nothing stupid off field. He ain't his, he's not his brother. He ain't buck wild like his daddy.
This dude crazy.
Yeah, only thing we heard about Patrick Mahomes that happened to him off field was somebody broke in his house. That's it. You don't hear nothing.
He's class personified. Yeah. Mahomes is the epitome of class personification. Don't get me wrong. He's the epitome of class personified. He's a family man. He handles his business. He does his commercials, and he stays out of the fray. And he don't say nothing off script. Same thing with Jalen Hurts. Those two guys are the. Think about this right here, Marv. This week we've had zero controversy surrounding either one of these teams.
That's true.
It's one of the first times you went through for 2 weeks after the damn championship games that you go to the Super Bowl and zero controversy. So whatever Kansas City was doing, whatever Philadelphia was doing, all other teams should model this type of consistency on and off the field going into the to the big game, the Super Bowl, after the championship game. This has been controversy free. No auxiliary storylines surrounding any of these players, and that was refreshing. Yeah, that was a good thing.
Mm-hmm. You know, a couple of days ago, Mike gave me his top 5 quarterbacks of all time.
I gave you top 4.
Give me top 4. Marvin, what's your top?
In the Super Bowl now.
That played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Oh,
that played in the Super Bowl. So Marvin, I'm gonna ask you the same question.
Brady won. Joe Montana. Top 4. Patrick Mahomes. And played in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying this because that's my team. Troy Aikman.
I don't know, Mike. That sound like the same list you gave me.
But no, he didn't add
Is he missing anybody?
Yeah, but he didn't add Peyton Manning. But I understand why he took Troy. Troy won 3 Super Bowls. He was undefeated, and I took Peyton Manning. So I don't disagree with that. To be honest with you, it's not my list, but I agree with his list as well too. So you don't get much. So 3 out of the 4 on both sides is that's pretty rock solid in logic. Like Brady, Mahomes, and Montana are no brainers. You got a little leeway. I understand why he picked Troy Aikman. But I took Peyton Manning, but I can understand why he took Troy Aikman. Yeah. So
I got a question for you, Mike.
Back to that. I don't have any pushback.
I got a question.
Okay.
I got a good one for you, Mike.
All right.
Name 3 quarterbacks. Your top 3 Super Bowl performances, and they were one and done. Meaning they played one time, started one time, and they never went back. One and done.
Of course, Doug Williams.
Okay.
Nick Foles.
One and done.
Steve Young.
You know what? I swear those are my 3. I swear. People sleep that Nick Foles went there, took that team to that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
during the playoffs.
How you think I forget that? He beat up. God dang it. I don't know how Brady lost to that scrub, man. Yeah, he beat us. He killed us. I don't get it.
One and done.
Yeah.
I always say that. They one and done. They went one time, they got their ring.
Yeah,
and they going on by their feet.
Yeah, Doug Williams balled out. And then Steve Young threw for like 6 touchdowns. I don't think nobody got that record. And then Nick Foles, he balled out in the Super Bowl against us. He was a one and done too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think that Josh? Go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say that's why we kind of historians of the game. If you think about it, you think about it a little bit. That's how me and him kind of debate with each other. We throw something at each other that if you put somebody on the spot on the street, they may hesitate with it and come up with something else. Somebody would have said Dan Marino or somebody like that, or Jeff Hostetler or somebody like that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now in that same conversation, we was talking about other good quarterbacks, and I said that Michael Vick is legendary.
Okay, now hold on. Now we talking about when you're not talking about Super Bowl quarterback.
I said the same conversation, not the same, the same topic, but I said in that same conversation, I said Michael Vick is legendary, but you say he's not legendary.
I say his athleticism was legendary. His quarterback
athleticism.
Okay.
What do you think, Marvin?
No, he is. Michael Vick came in the game the right time to do what he's doing. Because he came in some years earlier, they would have switched him to a receiver or special teams or something. He got there and they let him be who he was. And to be honest with you, that has transitioned the game more so. Now they're not afraid of the quarterback taking off, showing his athleticism. They want you to stay in that pocket. And I think that kind of hurt Michael Vick. And I'm going to tell you why I think that hurt him. Because he was trying to force himself to do what he was perceived to be. He don't drop back. He don't drop back. That ain't your style. Mm-hmm. It's like he was a lefty. That's like saying, the best quarterback's right-handed. He in the game trying to force to throw right. Don't listen to naysayers. Do you. You have to always do you and be. You can only be the best you that you can be. You can't be nobody else and listen to. A lot of times, and I always say this, it be dudes that never played in their life. They never played and trying to tell you, critique you on how good you. And when I say never played, I'm talking about even the street ball neither. Street football, they ain't played nothing.
Right.
And they just trying to tell you, the man was a beat. Me and Mike was talking about this the other day, something. So, can you imagine if Warren Moon would have went to the pros as a rookie, straight to the NFL?
Yeah, see, they didn't want him to play in the NFL in the 80s. And he would have probably he would have had all the records by now during the time frame. Yeah. I
think he would have had more y'all maybe than Brady.
Yeah, no, he was prolific. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially with the style of offense they played in Houston, the run and shoot. He revolutionized the game. Yeah, he revolutionized the game. So yeah, I agree with that. But Marv, I had to think about this right here. From Michael Vick came like in 2001.
Mm-hmm.
Came to the NFL like in 2001.
Right.
From 2001 until around 2011-12, there was nobody to fill in that gap that he created. So it was like a whole 10-year stretch where before RG3, before Russell Wilson, before Cam Newton, before all those guys started coming into the NFL, there was nobody really that came during that time to kind of, let's say, take the mantle from Vic and keep it going. Vince Young came, but he flamed out really quickly. And then, you had
What helped Vic? What helped him was the college game transition to that.
Exactly, yeah. Eventually, yeah, but much later.
Yeah. But most of the offenses start transitioning to Vic style. Yeah. Run pass. And then the NFL caught on.
Yeah.
Then the NFL called on and said, wait a minute, these guys running up numbers. And then when Vic did it, wait a minute, this can work. Let's start getting these fast, agile quarterbacks that can do that.
But Mark,
that's what happened.
But they were forced to do it because defensive linemen got so damn fast now. Where they weren't just as fast as your running back or your receiver. And they coming at the quarterback at 300 pounds, 275 pounds. So that forced the NFL to say, man, these guys are so fast now. The days of a stationary quarterback are long gone. Like Tom Brady was the last one left. Him and Drew Brees and Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger, that era is gone for good. These defensive linemen are too fast now for you to have a stationary quarterback.
Yeah. So you got to be able.
They don't have to be as fast as Michael Vick, but they have to move just as good as Mahomes. Because Mahomes is not a burner, but he know how to move around in the pocket just enough not to get his head knocked off.
Yeah.
I tell people, the linebacker didn't change. Remember, linebackers stayed right behind the line, just stayed there, and they might pick a running back up if he come out. Now linebackers line up on the end sometimes.
And they as a DE quarterback. Yeah, they coming in the quarterback full speed. Yeah, so you got to make the decisions a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because that's exactly why I say that Michael Vick is legendary, because that was a long time period before somebody could come in and fulfill his shoes.
Well, legendary or transformational. Which is it?
He changed.
Marv,
he changed the way.
Is he legendary or is he transformational? He can't be both.
He's transformational. He's transformational.
Yeah, transformation. He ain't legendary. Not as a quarterback. As an athlete, yes. But not as a quarterback.
He changed the way those coaches, he changed the way that the game positioned their quarterbacks. Like you just said, Brady was the last in the pocket quarterback. Michael Vick brought something different to the game. And these new quarterbacks that's coming into the game, they're like Michael Vick's kids. Okay. He got a lot of kids out here now that's playing the game, that's modeling themselves after him in some way. So when you look at Mahomes, you look at Cam Newton, you look at some of these guys, they are playing the game the same way that Michael Vick played the game. They just don't have the athleticism as Michael Vick, but those are Michael Vick's kids.
No, I agree with that, but here's one difference though. And Marv, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Michael Vick probably didn't. If he would have stayed in college maybe another year or so, he might have developed a little bit more than he did. So he had to rely strictly on athleticism when he came into the NFL. So that, and like you take a Jaden Daniels, he's well seasoned right now. You take a Drake May, he's well seasoned, or a Josh Allen, or even a Lamar Jackson. They have more playing time in college than Michael Vick did in college. So I think that was kind of like maybe it kind of slowed his development down to where he really learned how to play the game with more reps.
I always say he transitioned the game more so legendary, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's some players throughout the years done that. There was no such thing as a zone defense. It was man-to-man with football in the early days until Bob Hayes got in the league, and he changed that. No, he was so fast. Yeah. He was so fast that we had to do a zone because can't nobody cover him.
Not one-on-one.
They couldn't cover him one-on-one. It's like legendary to me is what OJ did when he ran for 2,000, first one 2,000 something yards. What Jim Brown did when he led the league in only 9 years or whatever playing, he was out.
8 out of 9 years, yeah.
Yeah, that's what you call legendary. What Emmitt Smith did. Yeah. When it comes to basketball, what LeBron did, what Jordan did. Jordan was legendary, 6 championships, always won MVP. Those are legendary. Transitional, you just like what's name transitioned the game of Steph Curry. He transitioned. Nobody was shooting threes. Like you got to pick him up at half court. They used to wait till you get near the paint, then they come in on you. No, you got to catch him because he'll jack it up right as soon as he cross the line. So some people transitional, some of them legendary. But Mike, he's transitional. You can be transitional and legendary. You can be both, but you had to do something to be legendary.
Like Joe Montana was a transitional and a legendary player because they brought a new style of offense to the NFL, the West Coast offense.
The West Coast, yep.
They brought the West Coast offense and he perfected that. So he not only did he transform a new way of doing things, he also won in the process of doing it.
Right.
Jerry Rice was a part of that. He transformed the way you did routes.
Yeah.
Slants, outs, quick passes, take it to the house that way. He transitioned and he became legendary.
Legendary, yeah.
Yeah. You take Randall Cunningham, for example. Randall Cunningham could do the same thing Michael Vick could do. He just didn't do it the same way he did it. Randall Cunningham could throw the ball way better than Vick. Might have not been as fast, but he definitely was just as good an athlete as Michael Vick ever was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and I know you love Vic, Michael, but no, he's transitional, but not legendary, man. That's not the right word.
Okay, I can go with transitional, but I'm gonna tell you something though. We've been talking for a whole hour now, and I'm gonna tell you one person y'all have not brought up yet, and that's Coach Prime. And when it comes to this game, we cannot leave Coach Prime out nowhere.
Now I'm gonna tell you something.
Go ahead.
He is the only legendary deep player the Falcons ever had.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ever. We talking about ever had.
Ever. Yeah.
He's the only legendary one they ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't name too many people from the Falcons.
Yeah. William Andrews was good, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
He's not legendary. They had Andre Rison.
He was good, not legendary.
Not legendary.
What's the Dirty Bird guy, Marv? I can't think his damn name.
I can't remember his name neither.
Jamal Lewis. Jamal something.
Yeah.
Jamal Anderson?
Jamal Anderson. It's Anderson. It's Anderson.
Yeah, he was good, but not legendary. He had Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Deion Sanders is the only legendary player. Yeah.
They had good players, but not legendary.
Yeah, he might be one of the only players that's in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I can't think of nobody unless somebody came through there for a year and kept moving.
Did you think that he was going to be able to pull off what he's been doing there with, what he did with Jackson State to now where he's at now?
I did. He a motivator.
Mm-hmm.
I did. He a motivator. But one thing he did, just like at Jackson State, when he was at Jackson State, I respect something he did that a lot of them HBCU coaches don't do. He refused to play them big boys in them games. He said, I'm not going to put these somebody's sons, somebody grandkids, somebody nephews. I'm not going to put them in harm's way to be injured for the rest of their life because I'm trying to get a check for the school. I'm not going to do that. Because you see a lot of the years, HBCU players will go somewhere and play USC, get killed. Go play Alabama, get stomped. And remember that year the boy from Southern got paralyzed?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize several players from HBCUs have gotten paralyzed and their career was over because they wanted to play one of the big guys.
And that's for a paycheck.
And you don't have no size like that to play them and everything. He said, we got the skill players, but we just ain't got them linemen. And when he went to Colorado, first thing he said, we got the skill players, but we got to beef up this line. Mm-hmm. We got to beef up this line. He knew the man played the game. He was the best, the most elite at that position in the game. He knows if you pick the top 10 football players of all time, I don't care what position, he in there.
Yeah.
And he knows football. He's a motivator. And I told Mike, I said, I know a lot of the naysayers ain't gonna want him to win because he's a black man that speaks highly and motivate his kids. And any black man that been in their kid's life, he just said this during a Super Bowl interview, LeBron James. Because LeBron James and his son motivate his son, they hate him. LeVar Ball, they can't stand him. Somebody else too, Venus and Serena Daddy. Mm-hmm. When Richard Williams, they hated him. Mm-hmm. They hate. Why does he have to come to all the things? You don't say nothing about these white kids who dominate tennis all these years, who parents be there. They always say that they have a strong family background. And I always tell people this in life. If you ever see something happen, whenever they say they look like the all-American family, it ain't never a black family. It's always white. You ain't never seen a black family, they say that's the all-American family. Mm. They'll never say that. They'll say they're a middle-class family, if anything. Mm-hmm. That's the most they'll get. They're middle class, but they're all-American. Look at the pictures, all-American family. So Deion, he's in a position, he knew that, he embraced that, and he speaks on that. And a lot of these, even like, I love Notre Dame coach. I like what he's doing at Notre Dame. But when, like I said, when the camera was on him, how do you feel like you could be the first black coach to win? Well, I just want to be a coach that wins. Man, you got to embrace your black, I always say blackism. Don't be scared to say you're black. Everybody on TV see you black, man. If you want to get more black players and more black players that you know are great, remember their mamas and daddies looking at you. They might say, he ain't even trying to claim his blackness, man. We ain't going there. And that's what you got to do, man. You got to don't be ashamed to be who you are. I tell people that all the time. That's why I love what Deion doing. I ain't going to lie. I believe he a couple more pieces to be in. I don't know how it's going to look this year. But he going to have more eyes on him this year than any time ever because his boys ain't done that. They're going to be watching him, waiting for him. Yeah, well, he can't do nothing without his sons. But beforehand, I wish I was a editor, somebody that could pull up all the clips and stuff on Deion online. When people say, your sons suck, your sons ain't this, your sons ain't that. Yes, I want to get all them people and put them into just a category. And then if this year, if Deion if he lose again, yeah, you ain't got your son, you can't win now. What you mean? You just said my son wasn't good. So it shouldn't matter. I think he's going to be great because he's a motivator, man. They say he got Mike. You see the new coaches he got, right?
Yeah, I see he just got Marshall Faulk.
So, yeah, he got 2 more new coaches.
Yeah, he got one.
2 more new.
Yeah.
No, he got. I can't think of the guy. He just got somebody else, a premier guy. I think gonna be O-line coach to get them straight.
Oh yeah, I did see that too. He's an assistant, but yeah, he is.
Yeah, but he just hired him. He got Marshall Faulk.
Yeah,
because them the kind of running backs what do you always get? Them running backs be Marshall Faulk size, don't they?
Yeah,
they Marshall Faulk size and his style, catch out the backfield, can dip and go. So I think he gonna be good this year. If he go to the playoffs, they gonna be mad because the more success you get, they mad. If you lose, they happy.
Mm-hmm.
I told you so.
Yeah,
so I agree with everything he's saying on this. But I have no pushback on that assessment, none whatsoever. But Deion, I would say one thing. I would call up Jimmy Johnson and help me evaluate offensive line and defensive line talent, and I think Colorado could go to the next level.
Yeah, that's an understatement. They get that right line. The defense was better this year than previous time.
The line
it was better. No, Mike, they was better. They won
dead last in rushing 2 years in a row. Dead last.
They still was better overall.
Okay. So dead last is better. Now hold on. Now we're gonna have to debate. Now, how does dead last 2 years in a row be better?
If you gave up 200 yards rushing, right?
Okay.
And the next year you give up 150 a game. But you still better. But you still better.
But you
and remember, other teams get better. But now listen, if you was 200, gave up 200, and then the next year you give them 275, you worse. So you're going the wrong direction.
Yeah, but so you going okay? So you going in a dead last better position? Okay, Marv, cut it out, man.
You will. You still better.
Man. Come on,
Mike.
man. They were dead last 2 years.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. If you got a 40 on your test, right?
Okay.
You got an F.
Yeah. An F minus.
You take that. Now you take that test again. Mike, this time you got a 59. You still did better. You still bad, but you did better.
But
you still did better. You still did better. Mike, if I got 200 yards rushing,
we got to disagree on this right here.
Hold on. If I got 200 yards rushing, and then the next year, my sophomore year, I get 680, I did better.
Mm-hmm.
I might be last place in the conference, but I did better.
But no, it just last place in the country, not the conference.
Well, if I was the last in the country, and I got 6 something.
Yeah, no, all bull crap aside though. Hopefully, he improved on the offensive line. I'm rooting for it. Deion, one of my favorite players. I want to see him succeed, and he know what the problem is. He got to do better running the ball to take the pressure off whoever the quarterback is. Because Shedeur Sanders was able to take a lot of pressure off that team by being as great as he was. So that helped out quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And to go back to the coach that he just brought on, that was Andre Guro.
Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he an offensive line guru. Yeah.
Yeah, he a guru at offensive line. Now, like you say, Mike, they got to get them big boys on that line.
Yeah. Or put 6 of them instead of 5. You got to do something to protect your quarterback.
Now that one got ready.
Yeah,
the freshman this year.
Yeah, Seaton. Yeah, Seaton definitely ready. Yeah.
He NFL bound.
Yeah, he probably gonna be the first pick in the draft in 2 years when he get ready to come out.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So, do y'all think that Josh Allen deserved the MVP award?
I don't. But I know why they gave it to him. They tired of Lamar getting it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Simple as that.
Yeah, they tired of him getting it. That's all. It's like Mike say, the NFL tired of the same people doing the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But not a spotlight on Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a great player. So if it wasn't for Lamar having this all-time season that he just had, it would be no debate about it.
Right.
Josh Allen be MVP hands down.
That's
but
true.
Marv, let me tell you something funny. And I don't know if you remember this right here. And I didn't know this right here, but they were having a debate on this. Who was all pro first team quarterback, but didn't win MVP? And the answer shocked the hell out of me because I remember, but I don't remember the situation.
He was all first team,
but didn't win MVP. And
was it Cam Newton?
No, Cam Newton won MVP, but guess who was first team all pro that year?
Who?
Carson Palmer for the Arizona Cardinals. That's what I said too. I couldn't believe that. But Carson had a hell of a year. He threw for like 30-some touchdowns, had 4,600 yards. So he did deserve to be first team, but he wasn't MVP, and he had a 13-3 record.
Yep, he did.
He had a 13-3 record in 2015, first team All-Pro, but Cam Newton won MVP. And so that's what I was wondering why Cam didn't give much pushback the other day. He was on Friday with Shannon and everybody.
Yeah.
And he didn't say anything because the same thing happened with him. And I didn't realize that. I'm like, God damn, Carson Palmer did have a hell of a season that year.
Yeah. Damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what. But see, Shannon kept saying it ain't never happened, and some stuff do happen. You just gotta know it. And so when I looked it up, I'm like, God damn, Carson Palmer had all the numbers. First team All Pro, had a 13-3 record, and then first team. But Cam Newton had 35, 36 touchdowns, but he ran for 10 touchdowns. But he didn't go for like 3,500 yards though.
Yeah, I did not know that, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. You was able to find that, Mike?
What's that?
2015 All-Pro NFL team.
Okay, hold on. 2015?
Yeah.
Man, you done woke my eyes up, Mike. I didn't realize that. But Carson did have a hell of a year that year.
He did.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm about to pull it.
You looking for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2015, man. So, but Shannon, I love Shannon and Ocho, but don't just throw it out there and expect everybody to believe it. So I'm gonna fact check y'all.
All right, can you see the screen?
I see it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Carson was second team.
No, Carson, that's AP. That wasn't the. Which one is this right here?
All Pro.
It must be 2 lists. Yeah, this might be one person had AP might have had it, but the other one didn't though. Is there another publication?
Let's see.
Go to NFL All Pro.
I know one thing. You know what else ain't? What happened during the Super Bowl too, Mike, this week?
What's that?
I know you say none of the players, the teams on either side, no problems or whatever, but just in general, you ain't heard nothing.
Yeah, it been smooth. But all the security they got there too, that's been a blessing.
Yeah, but them guys still getting in trouble trying to take them little gas in their room or something. You ain't heard nothing. You ain't heard nothing.
So what list are you looking for?
Go to the NFL, right there, NFL.com.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah. They still got Cam on that roster. Maybe I'm wrong then. I take that back. I could have swore Carson Palmer was first team All-Pro that year.
It was second. The one he just showed was second. Cam was number one. He was on second team.
But maybe old boy had way better numbers. That might have been. I might be saying it wrong. Carson Palmer had way better numbers than Cam from a statistical standpoint. Okay, stroll down.
Second team, Carson Palmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
That year?
It's 2015.
Okay. Antonio Brown, Gronkowski. Yeah, he's second team. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they still had the fullback position there. Okay. Luke Kuechly, Bobby Wagner. All right. Yeah, so I take that back then. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Mike, do you ever think the fullback will come back? You heard me, Mike?
To be honest with you, yeah, it should.
I'm talking about the whole game. I ain't talking about goal line packages, fourth and inches, or fourth. I'm talking about the whole game.
Well, think about Derrick Henry, and with Baltimore, they ran a fullback a little bit more than everybody else, so it can work.
Yeah, well, you got two fullbacks back there can work.
Yeah.
Henry, he's bigger than the fullback.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's bigger than the fullback. So I don't know. The way the game is now, it's a quarterback game. They pay all that money. They want to see you throw that ball.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't see, hell, a running back get 1,000 yards these day and times. That's an overachievement.
Yeah, yeah, but they don't value the running back like they used to. So Saquon has a chance to reset the mentality that you can still do it with a running game.
That's why I say you should have broke that record.
Yeah.
You might have never get another chance to be in that position again.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So we got about 2 hours before this kickoff happened. What do you expect to see coming out the gate first quarter?
Nerves.
As usual.
Everybody trying to figure
it's always the first two possessions.
Mm-hmm.
First two possessions, they be nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. First two possessions, I think Jalen will be more nervous than Mahomes. You know, Mahomes, he's been there before. 3 out of the 4 years.
Right. It's like riding a bicycle. It's another
day. This ain't nothing to him. He calming the other players down, the newbies, whoever they first time.
Right. Yeah.
He gonna tell them, just do what we've been doing all year, man. We get this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's all. And Chris Jones got the defense. He got them straight.
Yeah. Would you say it's kind of like, I guess, when you've been in comedy for so long, when you go to these, venues, one may have 50 people, one may have 5,000 people. Do you still perform the same, or is it different? Depending on
the 50 is harder. The smaller crowd is harder.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a smaller crowd, it is harder because, let's say 5,000. You make half of them laugh. It sounds like it's exploding. 2,500 people laughing. It's loud.
Yeah.
50. Let's say it's 50 people in a crowd, and less than half of them laughing. whoo, you better come with it. Because I always tell people a smaller crowd is so much harder than a packed house. Mm-hmm. You go, that's why many comics, when they go work out, they go to the smaller spots. When you see Dave Chappelle go work out, he go to a club that ain't even packed. Mm-hmm. Because that tells you, if you go there, I remember I did a show one night, it was exactly 13 people in the crowd, exactly. And the place was kind of big. And the first comic went on stage, didn't do too much. The second one sat down like he Bill Cosby or something on the stool the whole night to myself. Man, I don't know why they didn't cancel the show. He kept talking about why they didn't cancel. They shouldn't have did this show. I don't even feel like telling my jokes for y'all. He said that over and over. He'll throw a joke here and there, but he kept emphasizing that. I went up there and had fun with people. I made jokes about how many people there. And I said, they told me it was going to be sold out. It ain't even sold in. We could have did this. We could have did this in the car. You know, I just make fun of whatever, and then I do my stuff. While one lady in there, she happened to be working with the NFL Super Bowl committee, and she said, "Man, I was looking for a charismatic comic. I don't really want no big name, just somebody that can have fun at some of these events that we having, and I would love to have you come." And I got a chance. It was in Tampa. I got a chance to go do it. They took care of my room, travel, everything. They gave me 2 Super Bowl tickets. Oh, man. Gave me 2 tickets to the game. And I tell people, I say, you don't know who's in that audience. You never know who in that audience. Right. You never know who could be sitting in the back, who could be chilling in the back. Ask Mike else how he got his blessing. Ice Cube happened to be there. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. That place wasn't that bad. Cube was in the back, just came in there. Hell, you don't never know who in that audience. I did a show one time, my spot in Miami. Denzel Washington came in there. Denzel don't come with no bodyguard security. He had one friend, one of his homies. I don't know if it's his assistant or what, and he came to the thing. Hey, Denzel, like know if it was, he want to come in. I said, Denzel who? You say Washington. I said, for real? Hey, yeah, man, he good. We say he good. He said, nah, Denzel want to support you. And he paid. That's when he was filming that movie. What's the movie with Sanaa Lathan?
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it.
The movie with Sanaa Lathan. He was down there filming that. Mm-hmm. And he came to my show. He was there and like Tuesday was their off night. That was my night, and he would come on Tuesdays. That was his getaway. That's what I tell people. I say, man, you never know who in that audience. And when your chance might come or show up.
Yeah, I won't name the venue, but I went to one of his shows in South Georgia, and the outside don't look. It's very colorful to say the least. And I didn't think anybody was gonna show up, but the damn place ended up being crowded. Yeah,
that's just how it is. You never know.
Yeah, Out of Time. Out of Time was the movie.
Yeah, that's it.
Out of Time. Yeah. When he was filming that, he came to the show every Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I guess that was the off night, his off night. You know, the producers and directors, they're still doing something. He off on them nights.
So did that change your performance that night, or give you a little bit more motivation? No,
I just was doing me. Like I host my shows. I bring in comics, and it was just an honor to have him there.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How do you choose your comics though that open up for you?
Well, it's like Mike know real estate. Mm-hmm. He know other realtors. He know other loan officers. He know other people in that business, investors. I don't know them. When it comes to comedy, that's my business. I know other comedians because we travel the same circles, work the same circles and stuff like that. And many of them reach out to me, and because they want me to book them, because I have a residency at a casino in South Florida. I do a lot called Lauderdale Performing Arts Center, which is another venue I do. The casino I do is called Casino at Dania Beach. And I do Tallahassee. I've been doing that once a month for 17 years. So I give not only do I perform, but I give a lot of brothers and sisters work. I get them traveling. I get them on the road. I bring them to show them, hey man, Miami, South Florida need to see your talent. And I book them down, and that's what I do. I just give a lot of, who I think are funny.
Yeah.
And who I think can handle Miami crowd.
Yeah. So for those newcomers, and I'm trying to go somewhere with this, because we're looking at someone who has been in the Super Bowl a few times, who has a little bit more confidence than the newer guys. So does that confidence that you portray on stage, does that intimidate those newer guys and make them a little bit uneasy, where they may feel like, hey man, I got this, but then when they get on stage, knowing that they gotta do better than these other guys, and especially you, who has been doing this for some time, they really don't have a good day just because of that?
Well, this is my remedy, what I used to do when I started. I never watched who's in front of me. I'll go in the back. I can hear laughter. I can somewhat hear him saying his jokes or whatever, but I'm in the back, the green room, the dressing room, or sometimes some venues, like Mike stated, if we're in a little small town where the club ain't got no back room or green room and all that, sometimes I go back and sit in the car. Or ask them, can I go in the back? They got an office, a kitchen, and I don't like to watch them. And the reason being is, it's the example of, let's say, if somebody walk up on you, right, and grab you by your shirt or try to slap you or something, you're going to try to beat the hell out of them, right or wrong, because you're defending yourself. But if you come about somewhere and you see you with one of your friends and a guy approach your friend and punch your friend one punch, split his jaw open, beating the hell out of him, stomp him his head, and you see how physically he dominating your friend, and he turned towards you, what you want to do? See, now visually you seen that. You're gonna be timid. You're gonna be like, hold on, wait, man, hold on, what happened? Because that's how the mind works. If you see somebody on stage ripping, destroying it, and you looking at the crowd and they falling over laughing, and now you next. That makes your mind think differently, and sometimes you rush your jokes. Sometimes you be off. Sometimes your mind go blank. I've seen people forget their jokes. I've seen that. Like, I'm gonna give you a case in point, and I'm pretty sure you all seen this. When Jay-Z was interviewed, and when they was on that, I don't know if it was the Hard Knock Life tour or something, but if you remember, DMX was going on before him, and he said DMX would go up in the beginning. He get the growling, and then the fellas getting hyped with him. Then he start off, my dog don't stop, my dog, and then crowd going wild. Then he take his shirt off. Now the women going wild because now he out there sweating with his shirt off, with that big dog chain on. And then at the end of the night, he say, let us pray. Now they crying. And then they tell Jay-Z, all right, man, you ready? You next. Like, damn, how am I supposed to follow that?
Right.
And it's a mental note because he was watching DMX. Had he just stayed in the back and not watch him and just chill, say, hey, X just closed out. They switching the stage over. Get ready. Now he can go out there and do his thing. But he said he watched him, and that made another, like, make you mentally be saying, oh, hell. Because your mind's saying you can't follow that. But actually, you could. Because I always tell people, when somebody is funny as hell, ride the wave. Just ride the wave. That's what I tell people. Get on the skate. I say, get on the surfboard and ride the wave, man. That's all you can do. Now, when you watch him, mentally you get nervous. You get nervous, jittery, and like, oh man, this dude ripping. So I just try not to watch him.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah, because it's a lot on the line today, especially, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the last game of the season. You know what I'm saying? This is the finale. So, you know, everybody got eyes on you. You know, you don't have no room for mistakes. You don't have plenty of games to get all your mistakes out. And today is time to show and prove. So Mahomes, he's been out here. He's been doing it for a few years already. You know, so it's like, again, so it's just another day in the park for him. And he's going to step out there with some really, you know, serious confidence that I think that is going to intimidate some of these guys. And I think that could be one of his strategies, is displaying that level of confidence to throw the other team and coaches off.
Yeah, he could do that. I mean, just like with Mayweather and Tom Brady, they've been in the biggest games against the very best competition over and over again. So it does mentally prepare you for that. The biggest
Yeah,
difference,
duh.
yeah, it mentally prepares you for that. But the biggest difference is sometimes it's hard to overcome more talent. So in this
Yeah.
right here case, in my opinion, the Philadelphia Eagles just got so much talent. As long as they can stay disciplined on defense and have maintain their lanes, maintain their zone, they can keep Mahomes contained just because they simply have more talent than the Kansas City Chiefs do. So I think in this right here particular case, talent is going to be the differentiating factor for the Philadelphia Eagles on offense and defense. Because think about this right here. The Philadelphia Eagles have 2 all-world wide receivers as well. They probably have the second, the either first or second best wide receiver duo in the league, but they just haven't been on display as much. So it's not like they don't have guys who could take the ball to the house. They just haven't had to because they had Saquon Barkley. So that is the biggest difference in this game. I think Philadelphia simply has too much talent that they could overcome the greatness of Mahomes in this right here particular case.
All it takes is one game. It ain't like NBA where you got the 4 out of 7. Just one game. They got to win. They got to win one game.
Yeah, and
I think.
What I'm saying is, with this much talent, if you could overwhelm Kansas City in this particular game and be on your A game, you can win it. Mahomes, the problem right here, you cannot have Patrick Mahomes with the ball with anything under 5 minutes to go and him with a chance to win the game. When the fourth quarter comes, Philadelphia needs to have the ball. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you Philadelphia, you need about a 10-point lead and the ball with 5 minutes to go, 4 minutes to go, running the clock out to make sure that it becomes such a time deficiency that Mahomes can't overcome time. See, even though Mahomes has all-world talent, he cannot beat the clock. And so at some point, all these games where they've been so close in that teams haven't had a chance to just say, I'm going to hand the ball off to my running back, have my quarterback make a play or two, and just kill this clock. That is the key to this game, is going to be the clock. If Philadelphia needs the clock to be on their side, they need Mahomes on the sideline as much and as often as possible. And they need a mistake or two early on to put Mahomes in such a deficit where he won't be able to overcome it. That is the key to this right here game. They got to. If they don't, they're gonna lose. It's as simple as that. And I'm going with Philadelphia.
Kansas City can't get behind. You're right. Kansas City cannot get behind.
And that's Philadelphia's only chance to win this game. Mahomes know how to win a close game every time. If the game is close, Mahomes is gonna win it. It's almost goddamn guaranteed that he's gonna win the game. So at some point, you got to take his ace card away. You know it.
Yeah.
Being the best under pressure. So if he's not on the field to perform, then you got that takes your chances of winning the game even higher.
Right.
Yeah, makes sense.
Me and Marv talk about this all the time. In any game, mistakes and kickers decide the game too. The fewer mistakes you make and the more kicks you make, the better chance you got to win in the game.
Right.
Yeah. Neither team can afford any type of turnovers because they're going to capitalize off of those turnovers every single time. And that's what good teams do. They take those turnover moments and they turn them into, to goal. They're going to take it down that field every single time. And I've seen Mahomes do it. I don't know. I'm not and I mean, that's just part of his talent, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so Hurts, he's definitely got to be able to, step into that level of confidence. He got to step into himself and not just be driven by a bunch of plays in the book, but step into what makes him feel comfortable in this game and connect with his players. Because if you don't have that connection, I don't know what their game rituals are and things of that nature, what they do amongst each other, but they need to get it together in that locker room before they get out on that field. They got any type of issues and discrepancies between one another, they better get it out now before they get on that field, because when they get out there, it's game time and they need to be cohesive as one so that, they can be 100% focused, because any turnover is going to cost the game.
Yeah. That's normally the difference. Eventually they're going to happen. It's inevitable
Mm-hmm.
that something happens, whether it be a block kick, whether it be a fumble or interception or a missed tackle. That is going to be the biggest determining factor in this game. And another thing, and Marv, I don't know how they do it. Every team seems to forget Travis Kelce is damn playing with Patrick Mahomes and let him just run wild out there. It makes no sense. We've been seeing this for years. All of a sudden, like damn, Travis Kelce go out there for a photo shoot. Seem like he just be wide open and just he go out there and do all kind of poses and dances, faking the ball, and like you forgot he playing. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
I'm gonna tell you how I know they're gonna win. If Travis Kelce, old lady in that booth, they winning.
Well, she gonna be there now. Ain't no doubt about that.
She in that booth. He don't lose in front of his baby, man. He don't lose in front of his baby.
It's the first time for everything.
He don't lose in front of his baby. Taylor gonna be up there.
And see, here's the problem for the whole NFL at this point. If Kansas City win again this year, hell, they might win it next year too. I mean, it's like when does it stop? So Philadelphia got to say, if we don't do it now, when are we gonna do it with this same team coming back? And they still have some injuries on that side of the ball. Remember, their main running back has been out for a while, and a couple of their receivers have not been healthy. Yep. So if you don't do it, if you don't take Kansas City out now, when is the NFL gonna do it? So it has to be today, no matter what. Philadelphia, brother, bring every goddamn defensive scheme and offensive scheme to win the game and not play conservative to win this game. Because if you don't stop them now, who's to say they won't four-peat? Because that's what everybody's gonna be talking about. Because they're gonna be bringing pretty much this same team back, and they didn't lose any of their coordinators, so they're gonna be back again in this same position next year if they don't get stopped right now.
Yeah, well, the game kicks off in a little bit, and your boy Kendrick Lamar, man, I think he's ready to take the stage. I'm looking forward to seeing him perform. I know there's been a lot of controversy around it. You know, I think they picked the right person to do the halftime performance. It would have been great to see Lil Wayne, but I mean, the run that Kendrick Lamar has, you know, over the past few years, I think that Kendrick
over the past 6 months. But go ahead.
Wait, hold up, pause. 6 months. That wasn't even a real song that he put out. You know what I'm saying? But it was a really great promotional tool. You know what I mean? To lead up to this point. But Kendrick Lamar, he's been running, you know, hip hop for several years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like in my book, you know what I mean? For this particular time right now, like you're saying that Mahomes is that guy. You know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar is that guy. So they have like the best of the best on the stage today, on the field, and literally on the stage. And I think Kendrick Lamar is that guy.
Man, the man swept, Mike. He swept the Grammys.
He swept it.
He got 29.
I want LiAngelo Ball performing Tweaker up there. That's who I want. Put LiAngelo Ball up there. I want to hear Tweaker. That's what I want. Him and Lil Wayne should be playing Tweaker right now. Forget Kendrick Lamar. We done with this Drake stuff. I want Tweaker. Damn it.
And poor Drake, man, he done put the lawsuits, he done put the lawyers on this guy, man, to shut it down.
Come on, man.
That's
in Canada with that nonsense, man. God, yeah, he took that a little too far, man. God,
he took it too far, didn't he? You know, but
yeah. In my opinion, but he has every right to do it. But but stay with
that was the wrong strategy. That was the wrong move. That was the wrong move. But Kendrick,
that's career suicide, man.
I think that was suicide. And I think he deserves to be on that stage, man. I would love to see though some type of surprise where he do bring out Lil Wayne or somebody from New Orleans. I think that'd be, you know, something that would be real.
If I was him, you know who I would bring out? If I was him, I'd bring out Master P.
Yeah, that's who's been around all weekend. So I'm thinking they're gonna have at least some kind of moment, you know. So I'm at least thinking that's gonna happen.
You have to. Somebody from New Orleans, and you're right.
Yeah,
I go with that.
I would bring out somebody from both camps. To be honest with you, I'm just saying if it was me, I would bring out at least somebody from both camps, the Cash Money and the No Limit camp.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it's just for 30 seconds, you know, I would at least show some love to those guys.
I would do Master
the
P.
NFL didn't want to do it.
I would do Master P. Do that first thing in the 99, and Juvenile do back that thing up.
Mm.
Yeah.
And when both of them do it, Kendrick should just come out. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Hit that beat. Dun 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 dun.
But I don't think he could perform that song though. And that was the whole purpose of the lawsuit, was to make sure that Kendrick don't perform that song.
No.
Well,
let me tell you something.
Stop that.
In the history of hip hop, a diss song has never won a Grammy. They said it never would. It did.
Yeah. No Vaseline and Hit 'Em Up didn't win now.
Yeah, it win nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ether ain't win nothing. This won a Grammy.
Yeah. This
that was hard.
Was the hardest song of his entire career, I'm pretty sure, because this has been the longest run. I mean, it's everywhere. You can't deny. I mean, it's on every TikTok. It's on every reel on Instagram. You know, probably it done died out now a little bit, but man, it was everywhere.
Tweaker.
What did it when he did that pop-up?
Yeah.
That pop-up concert?
In Inglewood, yeah, it did.
And he sung the song, what, 7 times?
Yeah, he went back to back. He
did it. Yeah. He do another song. Then he'll show some love to somebody. Dre will grab the mic. I see dead people. Dun, 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 dun. Here come again. Yeah. Every time somebody said something, it came on again.
Yeah, they ate that up.
Yeah.
Who else performing during the halftime? Y'all know?
It's supposed to be what? SZA? No. I don't even know who that is.
SZA?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
She's she's doing a tour with him because he just won the Grammys. After this,
that's a female?
Yeah, SZA. Yeah, she's a female.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
She going on tour with him.
Okay, that's so it makes sense then. It makes sense.
Yep.
I thought they had a list here. John Batiste doing the national anthem. Yeah, they got a couple people. I don't even know who they are, but I think Kendrick is basically what everybody's looking forward to seeing.
Well, except me, but go ahead.
I mean, everybody got their opinion. You know, just kind of like I still feel that, you know, Michael Vick is legendary, but I'll take transitional, legend transition. We can combine those two words together. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, man, I think this was really great, man. I'm looking forward to the game. What do y'all think about hopping back on after the game to do a post-game recap to talk about what happened?
It's gonna be hard for me to do that.
Okay. What about you?
That's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I can come on for a few minutes.
Okay. You know, if not, then I mean it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think this was really great. Maybe we could do it again. Maybe not on football, but we could do something about whatever else that comes up later. You know what I'm saying? Keep things rolling. I think the chemistry here would seem pretty cool here, man.
That's cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So what's your point prediction, Marvin? Let's start with you before we get out of here. What do you see the score looking like at the end of the game?
31 to 30 is Kansas City. It's gonna be a close game.
31-30 Kansas City.
Yeah.
Okay. And who you think the MVP gonna be?
McHomeboy.
Okay. All right, Mike, what you got?
I'm gonna have to go 34-21 Philadelphia. They gotta have a cushion. So it has to be a big enough cushion to where Mahomes doesn't have a chance. So I'm going 34-21 Philadelphia Eagles. MVP, Jalen Hurts. I think he comes out his shell today and show everybody who the hell he is.
Okay. All right, well, y'all here first.
Yeah, but before Marvin go, I got to put him on the spot.
What?
2 Live Crew or Poison Clan?
Shit. That's hard, man.
Man, it's a simple question, man.
But see, I used to love the Two Live Crew. Damn. And remember Luke the one gave me my first chance on the album. I was on that.
No damn Luke. I asked you Two Live Crew or Poison Clan. Or both.
Ooh. I gotta say both, man.
Okay, I'm
both.
gonna give you an out. I'm gonna give him out.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, I ain't done. 8 Ball and MJG or Outkast?
Outkast.
Okay.
Outkast.
NWA or Ghetto Boys?
NWA.
Oh, really? Ice Cube or Scarface?
Scarface.
Okay, one more for him. R. Kelly or Marvin Gaye?
R. Kelly.
Okay.
I ain't gonna let you finish that. R. Kelly.
I had to put him on the spot, man.
All right, that's what's up. Any last words, Mike?
One more. Dollar General or Family Dollar?
Family Dollar.
Okay. Mike, I'm gonna leave him alone, man. I'm gonna let him off the hook now.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree on that last one though. I'm gonna say Dollar General.
Yeah, I'm going with Dollar General too, man. I love Dollar General, man.
I love Dollar General, and they got those little cheesecakes that I like, man. They're the only place that got those little cheesecakes. Yeah.
One more for him. He grew up in the 80s. Sandlock or Touch?
Oh, Sandlock all day. Sandlock all day.
You are.
All right, fellas.
All right, man.
All right,
I see y'all.
All right, bet.
Okay. Bet.
Peace.